If you can't afford a videographer for your business at the moment, or even if you use a videographer here or there, but still want to keep consistent with your video content online, here's a list of items you can cop for a budget of sub $500. So I'll kind of be sectioning this video off between what I'll call run and gun shoot style. Next I'll cover mobile, like your smartphone. And then lastly, we'll get into the vlogger style type of equipment you can buy. And before we get into things, I just ask that you like and subscribe to the channel, or share the page with a friend that you think might benefit from the information that's shared on this channel. And if you've kept loyal to the vlog week by week, I do thank you for your support. And remember to please comment, ask questions. I'll try to get to them directly in the comments, or I'll make a video on the entire subject matter if it's an in-depth question that might need a video. So I'll start with what I'll call the run and gun style of shooting. And with the run and gun style of shooting, I'm going to recommend an action camera. GoPro pretty much dominates in the action cameras category. I have one myself, it's right here. And GoPro has honestly made it very easy for me to share the information in this section because their latest camera, the GoPro 8, they offer a bundle on their website for $350. With that, you get what they call a shorty grip, which is a way for you to either hold the camera selfie style or hold the camera out. The Hero 8 is pretty good with handheld stabilization. It comes with built-in electronic image stabilization. It also comes with a head strap that'll be good for your day in the life videos, POV videos. And then it also comes with a 32 gig micro SD card where you don't have to worry about shopping for one yourself. And then lastly, that bundle also comes with a spare battery. And with our theoretical budget of $500, I'll also recommend that you get an external microphone for your GoPro. The audio right out the GoPro isn't the most crisp. I recommend the Rode Video Micro condenser microphone to go on top. And if you plan to buy the GoPro model on its own, what you're gonna make sure you get is a class 10 micro SD card. It's a quick side lesson. There are 4 speed classes of SD card: 10, 6, 4, and 2. 10 is the fastest, suitable for full HD recording. Class 2 is the lowest for your more standard camera, or really just if you have, say, like an external audio recorder and you want to record your audio for your voiceovers. And 4 and 6 are pretty dinged for HD recording, but they're not going to have that fast write speed like your Class 10. Class 10 SD cards are most suitable for your high resolution video footage and your raw photos, because those cards can retain the most information in your image and allow you to best modify those images once you go on your computer and start editing. The more information saved in your footage, the more detail people will see out of your footage. And lastly with that, you really can't miss as far as composition with the GoPro. It's a pretty wide field of view. But if you do like to see yourself, maybe keep a check on your hair in the shot, you'll soon be able to purchase a mod for your GoPro Hero 8 coming out this fall, where you can buy that flip up screen where whenever you're holding your GoPro out, you can see yourself over the top of your GoPro. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when you do buy that microphone for your GoPro, you will need a couple things to make it work. You need accessories like this little guy, and I'll leave a link in the description for you to purchase this. And what it does is you slide it across the housing of your GoPro. That allows you to slide the shock mount of your mic onto this rig. And you'll need one last thing, which again, I'll put in the description, but you'll need a way to hook up your mic to your GoPro. But you can literally use any old 35mm to USB-C, or USB-C to audio phone head jack. I got this one from Best Buy. It's a Samsung brand. It was like $10, so don't overpay for your adapter. Now I'll put a description there for this as well. And all you're doing, you put your 35mm where it fits, and then you're able to plug the USB-C portion right into your GoPro, and boom, you got good audio. And I do also recommend you get one of these sort of stretchy, bendy tripods. They not only allow you to kind of hold it out where you can record yourself, but it allows you to, having that around allows you to do things like this, get action shots like this if you're just driving, if you want to just drive and talk. And real quick, while I'm on a stoplight, I could show you the setup. Oh, no, light turned green, just a second. This is the setup here. You're seeing me record the GoPro with the Rode mic. Let me get you in focus. The GoPro with the Rode mic, little adapter pieces, and I just have them tied to my rear view mirror with the little tiny tripod. All right, I'm gonna put the camera back down though because I am driving again. There's my old workplace. Shout out to the High Museum of Art Atlanta and the Woodruff Art Center. place is super dope if you haven't visited or planning a trip to Atlanta. The wide angle field of view is great for real estate agents wanting to show off a space or showcase a property using their Instagram pages or their YouTube pages. What up? It's the neighbors. Say hey. And you don't have to necessarily wait on the mods that are going to come out with the GoPro. There are different accessories you can buy. Joby makes a flexible tripod where you can add little additional arms where you can put like a light on one side, a mic on one side, a soft box somewhere. It gives you versatility. Kind of walking around with like this weird spider thing in your hand, but it's efficient. It works. And you're able to pack everything you need onto that little tripod to give you sort of a more crisp video production. Next is mobile. I get a good sense that most people watching probably have a smartphone. And honestly, I think they suffice just well for online video content. The majority of the videos on social media are through smartphones. A lot of YouTube channels were birthed because of the crispiness of smartphone footage, but there are a few ways you can have your footage stick out among the rest of the cell footage we scroll past day by day. First, I'm going to recommend you buy a gimbal, a handheld gimbal for your cell phone. Two very praised mobile gimbals, or two brands, are Zhiyun and DJI's Osmo. I'll have links for them both in the description. What a gimbal does is separate your body's movement from your smartphone or from your camera, giving you smoother, more cinematic-like shots. And some handheld gimbals like the Osmo, for example, do have feet at the bottom where it can also be a functional tripod for your smartphone, especially if you sit on a high enough surface. But I do recommend getting a tripod for your smartphone. You can get a rig similar to this rig by Joby, where you can kind of clamp your smartphone onto your tripod, and that's any size tripod. If you go to any mobile section in a electronics store, a Best Buy, a Walmart, a Target, you'll find these little tripods like this that just kind of have little screw mounts where you can buy guys like this. Again, this is by Joby. I have a link down there for that also. Or like I said, you just screw it on and now you have a still shot with your tripod. If you don't go the gimbal route, again, I do recommend one of the flexi tripods. It allows you to do things like this where you can walk around with your smartphone. Hand movement is very variable with these. You're not getting a lot of shake. I mean, if you're moving around, no one's gonna mind. If you don't wanna break the bank for a gimbal, getting a flexible tripod can do the job as well. Again, keeping your arm pretty steady. We got a pretty steady shot here. Now, if you're out walking or running, I mean, you could get a bit of an annoying bounce where that gimbal could smooth that out for you. But again, super functional, gets the job done, doesn't break the bank. I think my flexible tripod cost me about 20 bucks. But with that gimbal, stable movements do look best. It's a lot more attractive than footage with the, the shaky hand thing going on. You want to kind of separate your body's movement from your camera if you can. And with all the money you're saving just using your smartphone, you can afford accessories like the Osmo or the Zhiyun M2. And same with your GoPro. I do also recommend buying a mic. Again, I trust Rode here. They have a similar mic for your smartphone that plugs right into your USB slot to your lightning port. So you do have options for both Apple and Android smartphones when it comes to Rode mic. If you want to get started sooner, maybe you don't want to wait on the order to get to your door, Walmart has a section, a ton of mobile and vlogging accessories for very, very, very fair prices. Pretty much an entire section dedicated to mobile vlogging. They have your ring lights, they have your mics. If you turn right to the other side, you have a few things that can give you some color, some LED lights. And that's really it for mobile. It is the most cost-effective option of the three. So that leaves room in our theoretical $500 budget to play with getting some different lenses and such for your smartphone. There are entire mobile film festivals where people go and buy these special rigs that you see on cinema cameras for your smartphone to lock in on maybe a more creative look you want to experiment with. So lastly is the vlogger style setup. If you like to engage with your audience or sit and vlog, I'm a huge fan of the Sony Alpha series. And the camera we're gonna highlight today is the Sony Alpha 5100 or Sony A5100 as it'll be labeled on the box, because it does have that flip out screen that allows you to see yourself check your shot as you're speaking to your camera. You do want to be careful not to continuously peek up at your monitor. You want to make sure you're looking down at your lens. I know you can get into the habit of looking at yourself, but you do want to be careful about that. Keep your eyes in your lens so you're talking to your audience. And even though I'm going to talk more about the 5100, I do encourage you to explore the Sony Alpha line. Go to a Best Buy. They usually have them all out on display for you to pick up and hold. I'm going to take a break for this huffing and puffing Xbox over here. That thing working hard.
taking his time.
In the Sony Alpha line, there are more cost-effective cameras and more expensive cameras with different little features they each offer. So again, I do encourage you to look into the Sony Alpha line. Maybe if your budget is a little over 500, if you want to explore those are some awesome cameras. I swear by Sony, I'm shooting on a Sony. That's a Sony. And I may be copping the Sony a7S III whenever I get the chance. And if you want to be sure you're always in the frame, let's say you are walking around or setting up in a small room or corner, you do want to get a wide enough lens, something below 20 millimeters. The bundles do typically come with a lens that goes down as far as 16 millimeters, which does give you that very wide field of view and reassures that you are in the frame while you're engaging with your camera or with your audience. I do encourage you to maybe copy a ring light, put your camera right in the center of it for when you're sitting and vlogging. You won't have any noise or grain in your footage. Lenses that come out the box with cameras aren't typically the most low lit performance cameras. So if you do have some more room in your budget, I do recommend getting a higher performance lens. Typically, the higher you pay for it, the better it performs. If you get a prime lens, it's a fixed focal length, but prime lenses usually do perform the best in low light, like your nifty 50 or getting a more expensive telephoto lens. And if that kind of went over your head, drop a comment below. If enough people want it, I'll make a whole video kind of schooling you on the more technical aspects of lenses and camera bodies and such. Yes, for your A5100, I do recommend the ever popular ring light. You can run to Walmart to grab that, or you can use one of the Amazon links in the description to cop you a nice ring light that'll evenly light your face. Me, I don't use a ring light because I'm going for the more sort of just subtle, sitting in the office, low lit vibe look. So that's sort of personal preference. I have an LED light off to my side over here. If you kind of like doing the whole contrast thing, then just copy you a nice LED panel. Expose you properly in your shot to have crisp footage, doesn't have little noise and film grain in there. The audio from this camera should suffice for you. That's a bit subjective, but the A5100 doesn't actually have a port for a mic. Now there are still a few ways you can get crisp audio out of your A5100. It can get a bit more technical, but drop a comment if you're considering a Sony Alpha series and you do want the best audio you can get. Drop a comment if you want me to make a video on tips and tricks or things you can buy. You can still record crisp professional audio from your Alpha series camera. So for everything I just discussed, I have provided links in the description below. If you are going to go the Amazon route, I do recommend using smile.amazon.com. That way a portion of your purchase does go to a charity of your choosing. It doesn't cost you a thing, it literally just takes a fraction of your purchase. And if you aren't sure about which charity to give to, I highly recommend Hooks and Jabs. The people that run the organization I'm very close to, they're like siblings to me. Hooks and Jabs' mission is to provide resources that alleviate the burden that occurs when dealing with childhood cancer. They've dealt with childhood cancer in their own household. I do recommend looking them up if you're curious. They have an incredible story, and again, I'll drop links to that in the description below as well. And that's all I have for you for this one. Remember to like, subscribe, please help the page grow. Share the video if it was of value to you. That'd be greatly appreciated. The next video will provide you with the information you need, the specs you need before you walk into a store, a computer store, a Best Buy, an Apple, what have you, in order to have a machine that will not lock up on you as you edit your videos. Until next time.